Hello everyone. Sorry if there was just a really loud, horrible noise. Sometimes my streaming software does that when I first set live my voice chat channel thing, and I apologize for that. But hello, I'm Jeremy Parrish, and once again I'm playing a Super NES game to celebrate the platform's 25th anniversary, which is either today or tomorrow, depending on who you prefer to believe. But this is the, 18th game in our top 25, counting down from 25 to 1 for 25 years. This is SoulBlazer, developed by Quintet, published by Enix. And it looks like someone has already played this game. So it looks like the battery does work. That's cool. But I'm not going to play his save file because that's lame. This is actually the second Quintet Enix joint we've put in the countdown. It was voted on by the USgamer team, and I think it was mostly my vote that got this game on here because this is one of my all-time favorite Super NES games. Isn't USG an interesting name? So this is the second game in Quintet's well, it doesn't really have a title, but it's kind of like a trilogy or a quintology or something. There's like 3 or 5 games depending on how you want to count it. This one came after ActRaiser, which I've already played, and I guess I should equip a weapon. And what was I saying? Right, this game has very similar themes to ActRaiser. In the previous game, you were God and would sometimes manifest yourself by traveling to Earth and possessing a statue that would fight monsters. This time, you are playing the servant of God who talks to you and is like, "Hey, could you go find all the souls that the evil monster Death Toll stole?" And that's what you do. So it's kind of, it's definitely got that sort of Zelda thing to it, you know, top-down, 3/4 action RPG. It's more linear than Zelda, and it came out, I think, just a few months after A Link to the Past, so, you know, that's pretty stiff competition to compare to. But I think it still held up really well. It's, you know, one of those games that I rented and played through in a pretty short while, but it stuck with me. So yeah, here's the soul part of SoulBlazer. That little thing floating around me is it's going to be very helpful in the future once I have magic. Oh, I do have magic. There we go. Now I have a flame ball. So basically, you start out here in the shrine, and God's like, "Go do stuff for me," and you're like, "Okay, God," and you travel to different locations by stepping on those tiles, and basically the world starts out horrible and desolate and empty, and your mission is to free captive souls. This game takes a very animistic approach to what constitutes a soul, so it's not just people, but also plants and also buildings, bridges, things like that, that return to the world as you rescue their souls. But it kind of becomes like this, you know, sort of semi-linear, not quite puzzle game, but you're opening new paths and reaching new places by performing heroic deeds and actions. It's good stuff. It's an enjoyable game. And of course, you know, it's a video game, so it all plays out with you fighting and killing stuff. Let's see, do I have that power yet? Yeah, you can use this special technique to like telekinesis to pull things from afar, which is cool. But basically monsters appear in these little generators, kind of gauntlet-ish in a way, and you fight them and kill them, and they go away, and new paths open up, and every once in a while you rescue a soul that appears back in the town where I started, which was just a big empty thing of grass with nothing living in it except a tulip. A potted tulip. Such as, I've rescued an old woman, and that causes her house to appear. And then there's usually some little message that appears that says, hey, there's something important that you need to go check on with this person's soul you just rescued. And there may not actually be much I can do right now. I think in the beginning it's pretty linear, kind of limited and constricted in what you can actually do. But it's always fun to kill monsters. Oh, and I've taken damage, how terrible. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting game because there's you earn experience by defeating enemies, but there is a finite number of enemies to fight. So kind of a cap on how high you can raise your levels. Not a lot of grinding possible in this game, which I kind of like. Like, it's always lame to play a game where you have to just kill random enemies over and over again. Trying to power up enough. Like, it's better balanced than that. And if you don't walk into enemies like I keep doing, then it's not such a bad thing. I'm not sure how much experience I have to get to the next level. It's actually been a while since I've played this, even though I say it's one of my favorites. And I let a gem go, so that's no good. I like little arrows to say, hey, here's where you should go. That would be helpful advice to have before I had to go fight enemies. And yes, I can warp back to Grass Valley and talk to the old lady who's sighing. It's really going to bother me that they misspell all right and use the word so much, though. But still, this game has a much better localization than was typically what you'd expect from a game of this vintage. So that's something you have to, say in the game's favor. Everyone else was struggling for basic grammar. Oops, accidentally went back to God. Somewhere is an old lady sighing. There we go. She doesn't look that old. Oh, I forgot how weird this game is sometimes. Yes, sure, old lady. I will be your adopted child. Just the two of us living alone in this desolate village where all the souls have been abducted. Like I said, there's some animism here. You can talk to chairs. And the chair's like, oh, I miss that dude's butt. He was sitting on me all the time. So as we can see, the village chief is someone of great importance, so I should at some point rescue him. But it's all pretty, like I said, pretty linear. You don't really have a lot of choice in the direction you go. It kind of unfolds as you play. Like this eventually over here, I believe, becomes like a path back to the beginning of the game. It does that, Dark Souls thing where you travel around for a while and open up paths. Wait, some of the enemies do respawn. How exciting. I can grind. So that's what the kids are into these days. SoulBlazer dude, you need a longer sword. And that fire thing needs to die. There we go. I can't wait to get a stronger sword so I can just take these guys out in one hit. I don't know if this is good TV, just me killing low-level scrub dudes in an action RPG, but I guess we'll find out. This is not the last Quintet Enix game that's going to appear in this countdown, by the way. There's at least one other that made the cut. In fact, I think there might be more Quintet games than Square games. Maybe not. Maybe there's... no, I think it's either the same number or maybe slightly less, slightly fewer. But still, you know, for a company that no longer exists, that's pretty impressive. Also kind of sad. Oh. These plants are the worst. I don't want to die to potted plants, so I need to play more carefully. Looks like they've all spawned, so just have to kill these guys and then I can take out their generator. Right on. A village full of tulips, apparently. Someone asked if there will be more variety in the game. Yes. Like, I can do that if I really need to, but I don't have a lot of magic, so oops. So I don't want to waste it. Then again, these guys are kind of lame, so I don't mind. And it's back across the conveyor belt. This is a primitive world, but it has conveyor belts. I guess I can pretend I'm playing Ys. You know, Quintet was made of former Falcom people, and it never occurred to me until just now that this crab walk ability is probably something they included as like a throwback to Ys. Yes, I am Adol Christen. Alright, so cleared up more stuff, freed more souls. Keep hitting the wrong button. Oh! Off-screen projectiles, how cruel. I think the number of enemies that appear in a generator is somewhat randomized. I've never actually sat down to count, but I think that's correct. Oh, that's nice. Alright, at this point, I guess I should probably head back to the village and take inventory on all the people and not people that I've saved. That seems like a thing to do. Oh, that's nice. I'm much stronger now. Amazing what a level up can do. That's not good, though. This game does have the sort of weird sword swinging mechanic where it's actually more effective to turn and face your enemies like from the side as opposed to head on in order to hit them, but whatever. It's video games. I think if I go this way, I can go back to town, or perhaps not. There's a big gem. Ah, such language. There's children around. And even the elevators talk to you. Alright, well, it's convenient that I just rescued the watermill guy. So maybe this is the way back to town? Perhaps? Yes, there we go. Okay. Oh, I see dark cloud comparisons being made in the chat, which I guess is not incorrect. I think I'll save the game with my amazing 24-year-old working game battery. For those of you just tuning in, hello, Jeremy Parrish for USgamer, playing through part of SoulBlazer, USgamer's pick as the 18th greatest Super NES game of all time in honor of the NES 25th anniversary tomorrow, or today, whichever you prefer. That's kind of an existential crisis there. Yeah, I'm a bridge guard, but I don't really need to do this. Alright. So I now have a medical herb, is that correct? There we go. I'm loaded for bear. So anyway, SoulBlazer is, like I said, one of my all-time favorites. It seems a little humble, I guess, and it was released kind of around the same time as A Link to the Past, which is a much grander and more impressive game, but there's just something I really like about this one. It was one of the first games I remember playing where I thought, you know, there's actually kind of a message to this game. How strange. And I have just unlocked a path forward in the underground castle, so that's awesome. But first I'm going to go check out this ivy. And I cannot open those chests. Maybe those are just decorative chests. Oh, I have to be in front of them. How about that? Alright, now I'm fully equipped. Very exciting. Okay, there's a cave that opens up here eventually, but of course I have to rescue the soul of the cave or whatever. Doing the Charleston. I see people in the chat appreciating the music, as well they should, because it's such great music. And of course I've done my Dark Souls shortcut here, so I can head straight back to the elevator that previously was accessible, now that the crank handle has been turned on the elevator, watermill, whatever that was. Someone asked about the experience curve, and I don't remember. The specifics of this game are all very fuzzy because, like I said a few times, it's been a long time since I've played this. Confident that it will hold up well. I think the last time was maybe like 15 years ago, and I don't think my taste in games has changed that much, that the things that appealed to me back then would not appeal to me now. Because once you turn into an adult, you ossify and everything becomes boring and the same. I think that's how it works. I remember this game has kind of a fixation on goats, and there's also Turbo the dog, who shows up in a few other Quintet games. there's fireballs coming at me. I don't remember what my magic power is determined by. Is that like gems? Nope. And here is Lisa, a very important NPC. Wait, I killed that guy already. What the? Okay, so gems are magic points. That's good to know. It's like Final Fantasy VIII, where you're spending essential resources by using attack powers. Let's see how many points that is. 4 points. Okay. So that will help me budget my attacks. Come on, plants. Come on. Come on. Come to my sword and die. This is not a very effective tactic, to be honest. It's an architect. Who will maybe explain why buildings keep appearing. Oh, I've been there already. Alright, oh, really gotta watch out for fireballs. It's the name of a podcast, by the way. Another level up. Wow, I'm not really doing so well against these demon guys. It's very unfortunate. The Marster is disappointed. Death Toll was really indiscriminate about what he stole the souls of. He really, just a lot of ivy. Maybe I can get that son to be the old lady's adopted child instead of me. I still feel weird about that. Charge. I think I'm doing this the wrong way. That appears to be some sort of cross between fruit and a fly, so I'm going to call it fruit fly. And there are a lot of them in there. There we go. My reward was more monsters to kill. Okay. I can see this is kind of a gimmick. Alright, there we go. They're all dead. Danowar wants to know, do you really get 1 XP per enemy? Yeah, for like the easy enemies, but you know, there are some enemies who are giving me 2 experience points, and later on there will be much richer rewards for fighting monsters. Yeah, what am I doing here? That's the way to go. Oh, hello, guy. The ease approach is actually quite good in these narrow passages. I guess Adol Christen was onto something. Oh, projectiles, not so good. Jeez. Alright, so there's a lot happening all at once. It's a little confusing. Oh. Alright, so those enemies are now dead. But there's still this guy. I guess I hadn't killed all those fellows yet either. Alright, let's see what happens in here. Lots of old people in this village. Screaming old people. Oh, good. So there is some backtracking to do. Yeah, I'll stay. I noticed my health keeps returning from time to time. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's regenerating. It can just be a mystery. Another tulip. Someone asks if all the old Super NES games, like first generation or so, use the same voice sample for your character getting hurt. I think that Nintendo provided sound libraries for the Super NES, you know, because the system was all based around audio sampling as opposed to generated sound. So people just kind of went with what Nintendo gave them. I could be just making that up. I suppose this is the faster way back to town. And I do seem to have regained another point of health, and I don't know why. Really need to pay more attention to that. But yeah, I think, you know, because Nintendo sort of provided certain audio libraries, some people just went with what Nintendo provided, as opposed to going out and, you know, like talking to the producer of the game and saying, hey, pretend to make a sound effect like you just got hit. The Alundra stick. So now we have an official name for Adol Christen's attack style. It is crab walking. Ease, Attack of the Crabs. Let's go save the game. What up, God? And the stream is already at the halfway mark. I don't know if it's going quickly for you, but it's going quickly for me because this is one of those games I can just sort of get lost in. If you're just tuning in, and I see people kind of dropping in and out of the stream, I'm Jeremy Parrish for USgamer, playing SoulBlazer, which is a Super NES action RPG from 1992, I want to say. And the USgamer team voted it as one of the 25 greatest Super NES games of all time. So I am playing through those 25 games from 25 to 1. And this was number 18, I think. So, wow, my phone is buzzing and I don't know why. I'm putting my phone on mute so I can focus on the video game. Oh, and I see Sega is in the stream now trolling. Typical, typical. Let's go talk to some more tulips. Yeah, like I said, this game has kind of a weird philosophical bent to it. I don't know if weird is necessarily the word, but atypical for a game of this vintage. I don't know, maybe there was a lot of that sort of thing in Japanese adventure games and RPGs that just didn't translate into English very much, but it definitely makes SoulBlazer memorable. Kind of plays with the idea of boundaries between different realms, the imagination. There's an entire world that's just like an army of toy soldiers that you have to fight. You're fighting your way through models. It's all very interesting. I realize this part looks a little boring because it's the starting area and I'm underground and it's just brown. So I apologize for that. This was before video games front-loaded all the cool stuff. So you saw the best stuff it had to offer within the first hour. You actually had to play back in the old days. Uphill, both ways, through the snow. Yeah, so whoever was asking about the experience points, see, those guys give you 2. And they respawn, so I guess you can grind. I was lying. I'm a filthy liar. So somehow I need to get down to that corner over there where those plants keep spawning, but I don't seem to have the means. So... And I can see using the Super NES's amazing graphical modes and layers that there is a level down below that I need to get to. It's been a while, so I can't remember the exact route to get there. Make one more circuit through here, and then if I can't figure out a path through quickly, then I will... maybe I'll reset the game and check out the other person's save file and see what happens. The previous owner's save file. Export up in here, yes I have. Okay. Yeah, the only problem with playing a game like this while I'm also trying to host a stream is that I'm not really paying attention to the dialogue where important clues are given. So that's kind of a mistake, and I apologize. Alright, looks like I've done all that I can do here for the time being, so let's head back to town. I'll let the gym take me back. Oh, right, the tool shop owner's son. Thank you, Macuelos. I will go talk to him now. So I guess guess I would like to go back to Grass Valley. Low down loser. That's not very positive about yourself. You need to feel better about your name. Low down loser wants to know if I've ever beaten Terranigma. The answer is no, but I did just pick up a repro cart to be able to play it on an American console with English translations, an English translation. So, oh, hilarious. Wait, Teddy? Wasn't Teddy that stupid kid who got in trouble in ActRaiser? Has someone sat down and figured out the canon for ActRaisers or for Quintet's games? That's okay, so I talked to the gourmet goat, and the goat will tell me a secret. Okay, thanks, goat. Let's see where the goat goes. Anyway, so Terranigma, yeah, I just picked up a repro card, and someday when I have time, I will actually play through it. But I've said that for like 15 years now, so who even knows? So one of the interesting little things about this game that I kind of like in terms of the dialogue is that your angel dude, or whoever you play as, can talk to animals and to humans, and so you're kind of privy to these one-way conversations. Wake up, Lisa. Lisa, it's her birthday. So now I need to find a paintbrush or something, which is somewhere, but I guess not here. There wasn't like a treasure chest in here, was there? No? Okay. Nothing down that way. So... that seems to be as far as I can get now without walking around talking to everyone and bumbling my way into an answer. What's upstairs? Oh right, the chair. So I guess I will save the game and reset, and check out the other person's save file and see what's further into the adventure. Someone said buying a Terranigma repro card is blasphemy, but I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to play the game in English on an NTSC system without it being a repro. So, sorry to disappoint. Anyway, I'm about to reset. This may cause the stream to cut out, and if it does, I will be right back. Alright, so I'm just going to hope for the best, that you guys can actually hear me and see me, because it says that I am streaming. So, here we go. So it looks like the previous owner of this game played all the way to the final area and then didn't actually do anything in the final area. And that enemy gave me 600 experience points, which should answer the question of whether you ever get more than 1 point for killing an enemy. Clearly, yes. Yeah, those guys have a lot of range. Okay, so it seems I am definitely back again, just in time for everyone to watch me release a soldier. Wow, this took a dark turn. Ghosts in the torture room. So now I have to find a spirit sword, because apparently a sword that cuts steel is not as good as it gets. Ah, yeah, okay, that's why I need the spirit sword, because that guy can't be hurt. And nor can that guy. Well, that didn't take long. Okay, well, I have the spirit sword, so that's good. Now I can cut spirits. Mission accomplished. Did I just win the game? And it looks like nothing will kill that guy, so I will move along. Fortunately, spirit swords are also good against snakes and skeletons. Oh, that was cheap. Come on. Oh, seriously now. It looks like my health regenerates anytime I rescue a soul, which I guess makes sense. So now I figured out that mechanical mystery. Not a big fan of those guys just appearing on top of me. Seems kind of low down and dirty. And also those guys darting out to get me as soon as I open a path. So thank you to those of you who have stuck around despite the stream problems. Oh. Yeah. So once again, I'm Jeremy Parrish. This is SoulBlazer. It is a Super NES video game that is very good, and I am not necessarily doing that well at it, but I did kind of jump in out of my depth, so I think I can be excused. This is the final area of the game, and I cannot recall a soldier yet. That's harsh. I rescued a soul, but not really. Yeah, I don't think I like these guys. Oh, someone says this is not quite the final area? I thought this was like the... Like you do the castle and then you just have the final battle in outer space or something. You have to get the red hot stick and the red hot armor and other ridiculously named accoutrements. Singer. That singer should be a great help for me in beating an evil demon and his death ghosts, I'm sure. And that was the entrance. Oops. Oh, so cheap. Tell you what, these ghosts are just cheaters. I guess the trick is to take them out as quickly as possible. Okay. This was a different soldier than the one I couldn't release? I don't know. Come on now. Man, cheating ghosts. Is that soldier just drunk off his ass? That's terrible. What kind of example is he setting for the children? This is an E-rated game. I wonder if that was the soldier I was not able to rescue before. Maybe I should go back to the town. That seems like a good idea. Maybe I can find a gym to take me back. Oh. Or I can find that. Hidden. Interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna make my way back to... Ooh, snakes again. Make my way back to the castle and talk to dudes, see what's up. Maybe they'll have helpful things like money or elemental mail, that sort of thing. Maybe I should finish up Kaze's game for him since he couldn't be bothered. What a bum. That snake is also a bum, and by bum I mean buttocks. And somehow I need to get up there to kill that skeleton. But how? Oh, there we go. It's the skeleton path. And it involves a lot of backtracking. All that for money? Alright, let's see what soldiers tell me. Yes, ghosts, okay. Yeah, got that. Set, thanks. Thanks, dude. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I've read the backstory to this, and I don't think King Magritte is awesome. But it sounds like they're speaking under duress, so that I can get behind. Here's the drunk guy. It's like a stick that can reach into people's minds, right? Yeah. Oh, that's not a medical leaf. What am I doing? Look, my muscle memory returned. I remember that guy. It's not Doc Ito, it's Dr. Leo. Man, this is like a Metal Gear story 6 years early. I can't believe the nuclear railgun mech that I created is used for creating nuclear war. Dr. Leo is Dr. Emmerich. It all comes together. Did I say General Leo? I meant Dr. Leo, Professor Leo, whatever. Okay. Now I've got cool armor. That's awesome. Don't talk to me or my son, right? I guess I'm supposed to follow this dude? No? No? Never mind. So I guess I'm supposed to rescue Dr. Leo at some point. I thought he was already rescued by this point, but I don't remember. Anyway, he's a guy who doesn't realize that when you create a weapon of mass destruction, it will be used to destroy things. So, I don't know. How much of a genius is this guy? Alright, I'm doing well. Ganbarimasu! And back into the dungeon. Or as we like to call it, the fungeon. Because it's so fun. Alright, what was the route back to the dungeon lower portions? The nether regions, if you will. Let's see, was it this way? That is a shortcut, yes. Because I remember those cheap jerks. Nice try, buddy. So many snakes. Alright, so I have the elemental armor, and apparently there are thorns down here, so I guess the elemental armor will help me against said thorns. And not against fireballs, though. Are these spears supposed to be the thorns, or no? Ghosts, you cheating bastards. Just a maid. Alright. So I have rescued a maid and made it safely through a gauntlet of spears. Oh, maybe these are the thorns they were referring to. There's something there. Emblem B. I'm late in the game and I only have 3 of the 8, so I think Kaze slipped up a bit. But what do I know? Oh, thorns from everywhere. And cheating ghost bastards. I can't really hear the music because of course I keep it turned down so that there's no feedback or anything, but it sounds kind of ominous and cool from what I can hear. Oh, bastard. Does the elemental mail actually protect me from these? Oh, it does. It's like the spike breaker, except not really. And I'm back to God. And actually, it looks like my hour is almost up, so I guess maybe I'm going to save here and call it a day. So thanks for those of you who stuck around despite the stream dropout. Hope you enjoyed looking a bit at SoulBlazer, the 18th greatest game for NES of all time, according to people who arbitrarily decided that without you. Let's see, when is our next stream going to be? It'll be Thursday. I'm going to play a bunch of Super NES games, actually. I'm going to marathon several of them, some really good ones too, so be sure to join in Thursday. Tomorrow, Mike Williams will be streaming Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and you can check that out with him, I think tomorrow afternoon, 4 Eastern Time. And then Wednesday, I will be playing old games, but not Super NES. I'm going to be showing off the Retro USB AVS and playing a bunch of different NES games on that. So if you're curious about the AVS, you can check out that stream and learn more about it. So thanks everyone again for watching. If you enjoyed it, we'll be back again with more streams every day because that's what we do. Bye.